Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. So in today's video it's just me on my own. Alex isn't in this video because I'm doing a story time video of when I met Justin Bieber. Let's get started. So basically Justin was in London for his Purpose World Tour. You know, he had quite a few dates at the London O2 Arena, and at this point I was living near London, and you know, my other friends were like living in London as well. We're all there for like uni. I'd actually met these friends like only a few days before we went and managed to meet him. So we met at one of his shows. We all had like pit tickets, so we met in the queue, became friends, and we planned to like have a night out together a few days later. Because we know Justin, when he's in London, he always goes to this one particular club. So it was like, well, why not go there? You know, there's a chance he could be there. I mean, we didn't know for definite. He might not have been, but either way, it's a night out, it's going to be fun. So the day came, it was a Saturday. We all went around to my friend's house, you know, we got ready, had drinks, and then we went out to the club. I think it opened at about 11, so we got there around that time. We went in, we got a drink, not gonna lie, really expensive drinks. So Justin wasn't there at this point, and then after a couple of hours he still wasn't there, so we were sort of like, oh, he's probably not going to turn up. And then we were basically just dancing and talking, you know, like what you do in a nightclub. And one of my friends was like, oh my god, Justin's over there. And it was just so weird because I'm just so used to like seeing him have so many fans around him and, you know, sort of getting mobbed and everything. But it was just like, it was as though nobody in the club was bothered, as though they were used to it or something. But it was just like 1 minute he wasn't there and the next he was. But in the area of the club where he was, there was sort of like a barrier around him, so we couldn't just go up to him. So yeah, he was like at one side of the barrier with, you know, his friends, his crew, people he knows. And we were at the other side. We were actually stood near the barrier anyway, sort of before he arrived, because it weren't just for Justin, it was like a VIP area, so you had to have a wristband. We didn't have one, which is why we were at the other side of the barrier. It was so random that he was just there. We had no idea whether he was going to turn up to the club that night or not, but he did, and he was stood so close to us. For pretty much the whole night, he was just stood so close to us. He was wearing a black hoodie, just a pair of joggers. He looked so casual to be in a club, but obviously it looked really good. It's Justin. Always looks good. So I was just talking to my friend at one point, and we were sort of stood in a position where, like, we had accidental eye contact with Justin. So it weren't as though we were just staring at him, but when we were me and my friend were talking to each other, we both made eye contact with him a couple of times, and he was talking to one of his friends at this point, so he was just having a conversation as well. And then basically he just stopped his conversation, like it was as though we put his conversation on pause, walked over to us. For the whole time he'd been in the club, he must have been there about half an hour, maybe an hour, and he had a few roses in his hand. He literally just had hold of them the whole time that he'd been inside the club, which is because I'm sure you've seen it by now. There is pictures of Justin outside of the club, so before he'd come in, handing roses to a bunch of fans that were waiting outside, but he'd like kept a few and brought them inside. And then he came over to me and my friend and actually gave us both a rose. My friend got a pink one and I got a red one. He handed the roses to us, and I was just like, oh my god, thank you. Like I just didn't even have words. It was like the best thing that ever happened to me. And then after I'd said thank you, he literally gave us the most beautiful smile. It was just the cutest smile ever, and he gave us dead eye contact. He was so close to us, and I'm just so grateful that actually happened. Like, he's my favourite person in the world and he did that. Like, he's so cute. It was just so weird because there was no way he could know that we were like massive fans, because obviously you're just in a club, so we're wearing dresses, you know, we're all dressed up, so we weren't wearing merch. It's not as though we were waiting outside after an interview or anything for him. We pretty much just randomly bumped into him in a club. It was so weird that he came up to us out of everyone in the club and gave us a rose. I think he did give like one or two other people a rose as well, because I think he did bring about 4 roses into the club, something like that. Anyway, just in that one room we were in, there must have been a few hundred people, so I find it really weird that he came up to us. Like, he could have just given it to some girl in the VIP area, but he gave it to us. I've been a fan of Justin since 2009. Since One Time got released, Justin has been my favourite person in the whole world. He is my favourite person. I can't even describe the amount of love I have for him. And I've tried to meet him several times before, you know, like in 2015 there was a day when I went around trying to meet him at a few different locations and I was out of luck. I mean, luckily I did meet Scooter, and honestly he's so lovely. I absolutely adore Scooter. And you know, I got a selfie with him and he stood talking to us for a little bit, and he did explain the reason why we couldn't meet Justin that day. And I have tried a few other times to meet him, but I was just so unlucky. Just find it weird that on the days where I've tried to meet him, I've been unsuccessful. But on then the day where I'm not really aiming to meet him, it actually happens. It was so unexpected. Any of you watching this video that's never met him, I just want to say don't give up. Honestly, it sounds cheesy and, you know, I'm sure you've probably heard it a lot of times from people, but honestly, do not give up. It happens at the most unexpected times. Like, I was not expecting to meet him that night. I never thought in a million years Justin Bieber would come up to me and give me a rose. I can't even find the words to express how happy that makes me. The best thing that's ever happened to me. He's my favourite person. I love him so much. This basically happened last October, so October 2016, when he was in London for his Purpose tour. And he had a night out and I bumped into him, like I've already explained. So yeah, that's the story of how I met Justin Bieber. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Give it a big thumbs up if you did like it, and also comment and please subscribe if you're new here. See you in the next video. Bye!